Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel Think CSEC. Today we'll be doing the CSEC Social Studies January 2019 past paper 2. We'll be looking at question 1 that deals with the topic about the family. But please pause this video and go right ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. Data have shown that many of you are watching the videos, but you are not subscribing. And I'm sure you are receiving value in these videos. So, one thing you can do for me to show your appreciation is to subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notification bell so that you are alerted when new videos are posted. So, let us get right into the question. It says, the instruction says, section A is about individual, family, and society. Answer all 4 questions in this section. Where questions require an explanation, suggestion, proposal, or reason, you should develop your responses fully. So let's look at the question we're scheduled for today. Question 1 says, Samuel lives with his grandmother, uncle, aunts, and their children. The first part of question A says, name the family type to which Samuel belongs. And that's worth 1 mark. So we notice some terms, grandmother, uncle, aunts, and their children. So this is an extended family. This is an extended family. And as we know, an extended family consists of several generations living together under the same roof or sharing the same residence. So our answer would be extended family. Let's go on to the second part of this question, the A part. It says, outline one likely challenge of living in a family type similar to that of Samuel. So we're going to outline one challenge of living in an extended family. So what are some challenges? Well, one challenge of living in an extended family is that if clear are not lines of authority are not established as to who is the main figure or the authority figure in the home, then there can be conflict when it comes to decision making. That's one challenge. Another challenge is that financial problems may occur if family members who work do not make enough money to support the household since it's a large family. So financial problems may occur if family members who work do not make enough money to support the household. So those are 2 challenges that would exist within an extended family. Let's move on to the third part of the question. Here it says, state one other family type in the Caribbean, and this is worth 1 mark. So what are some other family types that exist in the Caribbean? Well, we have nuclear family, we have single parent family, we have sibling households, we have blended family. So you could select anyone from the 4 that I mentioned. So you only just need to select one. So any one you choose, you would receive your full mark. All right, let's move on to the B part of this question. It says, one function of the family is procreation. Outline two other functions of the family. So they already give us one, procreation. What are some other functions of the family? Well, we know we have socialization. We know we have satisfying the emotional and psychological needs. We have a third one. We have satisfy the economic needs or financial needs. So let's explain it because it says outline. It requires a little explanation. So let's look at socialization. So what really is socialization? Well, we know that socialization, this is a process in which children, the process by which children are taught the acceptable patterns of behavior, values, norms, attitudes, and aspects of culture of the society, right? That's socialization. Socialization involves also children are taught that inappropriate behavior receives certain sanctions or discipline. They know that what is expected of them and how to interact in the society. That's another part of socialization. Socialization also involves children. They are taught roles and responsibilities. They are taught basic skills that are needed for them to function in the society and to become independent. Socialization also includes teaching children like the values as we mentioned of society, values such as honesty, respect. Socialization also encompasses developing, helping children to develop their self-esteem and confidence. So all that was said involves socialization. So any of that explanation you give to CXC, then you would have gotten your mark, your full mark. So as we said, socialization is a process by which children are taught the acceptable patterns of behavior, values, norms, attitudes, and aspects of culture of the society. And we gave so many other explanations. What about another one? Another function, as we mentioned, another function is satisfying the emotional and psychological needs. What do we mean by that? Well, satisfy emotional and psychological needs. The family should be a place where emotional support is being shown. Each family should feel loved, wanted, and protected, feeling safe and secured. That is what is involved with emotional and psychological needs. Also, children should be taught to have a positive self image and be confident in themselves, feeling free to express themselves. So they should have a sense of identity. That's all that is involved in emotional and psychological needs. Let's look at the third function of the family, as we mentioned, satisfy economic needs. And when we mention economic, we mean the financial needs. So parents would work to receive an income or earn money in order to care for the needs of the children, basic needs such as food, clothing, and shelter, as well as caring for their educational needs. So we have mentioned three other functions of the family. So any two you select would be your answer. Socialization, satisfy emotional and psychological needs, and satisfy economic or financial needs. So any two you select and discuss in detail, then you would be awarded your full marks. You would reward your full marks for those, for any two you selected. Let's go on to question C, the final part of this question. It says, suggest 3 actions a young couple may take to prepare for parenthood, and then you are required, the second part of the question, you are required to explain how each action suggested at CI may help the young couple to be better parents. So, how can young couple prepare for parenthood? Well, action 1, they should prepare physically, especially the expected mother, both maturity and health. What do we mean by this when we say physical maturity and health? Well, a woman, she should ensure that her body is physically mature to carry a baby through pregnancy and to give birth. She should monitor her weight and ensure that she's eating nutritious, healthy, balanced diet to provide all the necessary nutrients and vitamins for her unborn child. So, things in addition to being prepared physically, she would also avoid bad practices such as smoking and the use of alcohol during her pregnancy, because these things can be very damaging and to the baby and can lead to premature birth of the child or even miscarriage. So that is what the explanation of preparing physical means: maturity, physical maturity and health. What's another action? Action 2, a young couple can prepare for parenthood by preparing or having adequate economic or financial resources. Having economic or financial resources. What do we mean when we say having adequate economic financial resources? Well, here's the explanation. A couple must provide, notice this, a couple must provide financially for their child throughout his life. Throughout his life. Law says up to 18, sometimes it goes 16, sometimes it goes beyond that because it may involve tertiary education. So a couple must provide financially for their child throughout his life. They must adequately provide food, clothing, shelter, and educational needs. If the parents are economically ready or financially ready, then both parents, they should ensure that they have enough money put aside to be able to adequately provide for the child needs. So that is what is involved. So they must economically prepare. And if they are not prepared, being unprepared means that the child may be brought up in poverty. So parents should really ensure that there is sufficient funds available to meet the needs of the child. So that is what action 2 involves: adequately preparing economic, providing economic or financial resources. What's the third action that a young couple may take to prepare for parenthood? Because it's 3 actions we're required to give. What is another action? Well, the third action is preparing being emotional and psychologically ready. What do we mean that by when we say emotional and psychological readiness? That's the third action, emotional and psychological readiness. Well, this means that new parents must accept the numerous demands of having a child. They will be required to make sacrifices, and so therefore they would need to adjust their lifestyle. So they would have to make adjustments and changes to their lifestyle and to put their children's needs or their child's need before their own. So they must think about the time involved in raising a child. They must also be prepared to deal with the challenges that may arise as a result of parenthood. So those are the three actions, and we have nicely explained them. Being prepared physical, that is maturity and health. Physically means the mother must prepare her body and her health must be intact. Action 2, adequate economic financial resources. And action 3, emotional and psychological readiness. So those are three actions that a young couple may take to prepare for parenthood, and we have nicely explained them. So we have come to the end of question 1 on the family. So stay tuned, we'll be covering other questions in this past paper. So don't forget to like, share, leave a comment below, and check in the description box below for other videos that I have posted. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.